I'm Primal Piggy. Thank you for joining me for another BDSM United podcast. Today, we want to talk about navigating products, kink related, and toys and tools, navigating products for trans folk. You can check out all of these toys that we mention in an affiliate link that I'll drop in the description of the podcast. Um, you can this information comes from a website that we're affiliate for called She Vibe, and they definitely approach this topic with sincerity and with a lot of genuine knowledge. While all toys are for trans folk, because anyone can use any toy with themselves and others, oftentimes in any way that they find pleasurable, there are some toys that are specifically great for trans folk, specifically toys that are gender affirming, both in everyday use and in play. Unfortunately, there are not a huge array of toys specifically for trans folks, but many find ways to hack toys for their own needs and their own bodies. Thankfully, though, this is growing because where there's a need, there are definitely inventive and entrepreneurial people that are involved that and that's definitely been a good thing for our community as a whole. Since trans folks experience transness in ways that are unique to the individual, each trans person is going to have different needs and desires of their sex toys. Some folks who have gone through genital reconstruction surgery, for example, will need the support of dilators. Others don't go through surgery at all, but hormones sometimes mean that um, their parts function differently, and with them, so is their needs and desires different. Some trans folks don't like the built-in genitals that they have. Others are ambivalent to, or even like what they came with. Trans experience is really varied, and that's part of what makes it beautiful. This is a very basic guide of products that She Vibe has that will be supportive for certain needs many trans folks have, but it definitely will not encompass every need by every person. There's really no way to do that. And while we may uh, use some specific brand names to what She Vibe offers, there may be alternatives from other sources. Whether you yourself are trans or a family member or a partner, potential partner is trans, and you're looking for ways to support them, um, something like this is intended as a starting point. Just a note on the language: different people use different words for different parts of their bodies and their gender experience. Even us cisgender folks. For this reason, I try to use words like factory installed or modified to refer to pre and post surgery genitals. Um, Something like entertainment center can be a vague way to refer to genitals, or um, but when we have to refer to a specific part, we'll try to use medical terms like vulva or penis just for the sake of clarity. And we recognize that some of these words may be uncomfortable for certain people, especially if they're experiencing dysphoria. But it's really the only way to make sure that everyone understands what we're saying. Some words and terms that we'll be using are cisgender, which is essentially someone who accepts or embraces the gender that they were assigned at birth. It's basically someone who is not trans. AFAB or AMAB is a quick and easy way to establish how someone was assigned. Assigned female at birth, an acronym, or assigned male at birth. This is just a quick way to note something about someone's perceived body type or gender experience. Factory installed and modified are ways to talk about genitals that we have. Uh, if we're before or not intending to undergo surgery, and the genitals people have post surgery. Remember, not everyone wants surgery, so oftentimes that's why it's best to shy away from pre-op and post-op. So, dilators. The fact of the matter that most gender affirming and gender supportive products available for trans folks are most suitable for trans men, masculine of center trans folks, and non binary or fluid folks who want to play with masculinity. That said, folks who have had genital reconstructive surgery to build a vulva will need dilators as part of their post operative therapy and maintenance. People who have had this kind of genital reconstructive surgery often frequently have issues self lubricating. So, here are some recommendations for dilators and everyday lubrication. Um, Something like the Cal Exotics Inspire Silicone Dilator Set features a lightly curved and tapered shape for easy use and has ring pulls at the base, which some might find more comfortable to hold. Um, uh, that kind of dilator set comes in a set of five. And if you're looking to be able to use dilators anally as well, then these really aren't for you because the ring base is not anal safe. Anal dilators generally have a flat, flared base. And so a dilator with a ring base is specifically made for trans folks who need uh, uh, dilators for a vulva that has been reconstructed. The Sinclair Institute Deluxe Silicone Dilator Set also features five sizes, comes in a straighter design with a typical anal safe flared base. If you don't want to buy a set, a company such as Fuse makes a series of dilators in five sizes that can be bought separately. Like the Sinclair Institute set, they feature a straight shaft and rounded tip to make it easily to insert, as well as an anal safe flared base. Um, the Fuse silicone dilators come in step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you mix and match based on your needs. Uh, if you're looking for a lubricating, a moisturizing lubricant for everyday use, um, uh, there are She Vibe recommends a few different water-based lubes. Blossom Organics, Good Clean Love Restore, and Sliquid Satin. Silicone lubes are another great option and even a longer lasting option, but not all silicone lubes and silicone toys play nice together. Definitely want to spot test any kind of lube on a dilator or silicone toy before you mix the two. But Uber Lube is what they recommend if you're looking for a silicone lube. Female to male strokers, not just for female to male or AFAB trans folks. Some people with clitorises and or penises on the smaller end of the spectrum may be looking for something like a masturbator stroker, and some people really just like that sensation overall. And if you're going through HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, if you've been pumping or had genital reconstructive surgery to install a phallus, these might be what you're looking for. It really depends on your specific needs, desires, your physical configuration, but the Buck Off official FTM stroker is one of the only toys made specifically for female to male trans folks. Though non binary folks, and of course others, may find it pertinent to their interests, the gentle suction and the stroking sensation created by this toy can create an entirely unique sensation. Since it's made from Porous TPR, you probably don't want to share it with others. Best care practices include cleaning with warm, soapy water and allowing to dry completely before storing it in a Ziploc bag with a little bit of cornstarch on it. This helps extend the life of your toy. Though it won't suit everyone's needs, the main squeeze pop off is another option that may work for folks who have had a phallus installed or have experienced a lot of growth during their HRT or their pumping. Pumps. Some masculine of center trans folk, especially those utilizing testosterone, want to experience clitoral growth. Though everyone's body will react differently, and we all have different factory installed systems that we're working with, some really enjoy the benefits of regular pumping. Um, I would recommend you check out various forums online before you try to do pumping yourself. But one place to start is with the Temptasia clitoris and nipple pleasure system. Seriously, though, research the best practices before you give pumping a try and investigate the different options and sizes of the pump before you give it a try. So, harnesses and cocks or pegs. Whether you're looking for an erect penis, a pack and play, or a packer, the phallic needs of trans or gender nonconforming or non binary folks are pretty well served in this area. Here are a couple top recommendations for harnesses that you and your gender may enjoy, and a couple of the top recommendations from Shivi for realistic dildos, pack and plays, and packers. So, the spare parts Tomboy, spelled BOII, is the creme de la creme of mask boxer brief harnesses that's available. They're machine washable and they come in sizes from extra small to 3X. And they have two O rings for different positions of the packer or the peg. Spots to put three bullet vibes for your pleasure and the pleasure of your partner. And even a small pocket on the inside if you want to store something like a condom, a small little thing of lube, or something else if you're cruising a play party. Looking for something specifically for packing, but also usable for play. The Packer Boxer Brief, sorry, and are affordable place to start. But She Vibe says that they only offer sizes from extra small to large, extra large. Um, um, Low price options abound, like Temptasia harness briefs, and you can check out there are lots of different panty style harnesses, including more femme styles if that's your preference. As far as realistic dildos, the top of the line for realistic dildos are those made by Vixen in their Vix Skin dual density silicone. The core and the base are firm, while the outside is somewhat soft and squishy. They have a variety of shape, size, and color options that you can check out on SheVibe. The New York Toy Collective also makes a few amazing dual density realistic dildos. The Shiloh comes in a variety of tones and colors, and the Leroy comes in chocolate, caramel, and vanilla. Pack and plays, and these are just what they sound like. They're a packer and a play toy that's suitable both for packing, although it may look like that you have a hard on, and some people like that look, but some people like a little more phallic look because that's a little more realistic sometimes. But they're also good for playing. And the best options, according to She Vibe, hail from the folks at New York Toy Collective. Packers, phallic toys that are meant to give the look and the feel of a bulge in your pants. She Vibe recommends the long lasting and easily sterilized silicone options like the Vixen Mr. Right, and which comes in chocolate, caramel, and vanilla colors. There is also the Archer by New York Toy Collective. If you're on a budget, there are a huge array of options made from porous materials. Um, I'd recommend wearing them with a harness that keeps them away from the moisture of your skin, and which will extend the life of the toy, along with a nice, warm, soapy wash, a thorough dry, and storing it in cornstarch when you want to put it away. This will help stave off degradation of the material and the inevitable stickiness, but it'll eventually, they will need to be replaced. They will not last forever often. Stand to P, or STP, is also exactly what it sounds like. It's a sometimes phallic device that can be used to pee while standing, and the realistic looking soft silicone Sam from New York Toy Collective is wonderful. It's easily sterilized and can look just like the factory installed penis once you get the hang of using it. Also, it comes in three skin tones of chocolate, caramel, and vanilla. So I hope this gave you an idea of some of the toys that are available and tools that are available for trans folk. This certainly wasn't an exhaustive podcast. There's not You can't do it all in a podcast format, obviously, because you're hearing my voice. You can't see these things. You just have to use your imagination for what they look like. But you can definitely follow our affiliate link to She Vibe, and see these products and more, because I'm sure that more have come out since this list was even made. Perhaps some of these have been discontinued and replaced with others. So definitely look for what is available today, and know that, like I said, a lot of people have are innovative, and a lot of companies are jumping on board because there is money to be made, of course, because there is a desire there is a need, and people and companies are thankfully fulfilling that need, which is great. It's great that everyone can be involved in our BDSM lifestyle. Everyone can be involved in kink, and everyone can be made uh, to feel like can feel better about their bodies. That's the best way to put it. And I'm Primal Piggy. Thank you for joining me for this unique podcast. Uh, Probably a topic that you won't see everywhere, but we like to accommodate for everyone that's involved in our BDSM culture. Um, you can find all of our resources at www.bdsmunited.com. Thank you for listening today. If you are not personally trans, but you know somebody who is that may benefit from this information, please pass it along. Pass this podcast along. Say, hey, I heard this. It made me think of you. Are these options that you know are available? Maybe if you know other options that are available, things that you like to use, feel free to leave them as comments on the platform that you're using. We definitely enjoy when we get your feedback. It's been a joy speaking with you today, and I'll talk with you again soon.